Well, welcome back to another edition of the Founder's Diary, episode 3, I think.
Already, yeah.
Number 3.
The weeks are flying by.
Yeah, well, we had quite an exciting week this week with our new waitlist.
Yes, so we launched the waitlist this week, and the waitlist is for our product, Instant, the page builder for Shopify, the no-code page builder, I should say.
Visual no-code builder.
A lot. We can say a lot about it, but the simplest way is just a page builder for Shopify. And yeah, we launched it. We had expectations, but it surpassed all expectations we had. So that's really nice. We had, I think, in the first day, close to 100 brands that signed up for the waitlist, which is cool because a waitlist, it's basically air. Like it's nothing, but still so many people are excited to join it. So it's a great start.
Well, probably ties into and excuse my voice a little bit today. Hopefully next week my voice is better.
What is wrong with your voice?
Yeah, it sounds different.
He was cheering for every single person that joined the waitlist. He was like, woo, you know.
I was screaming so loud that my voice has changed.
But another one.
Another one. But it ties into what you said, right? Like we knew that we're launching this, that a lot of people were waiting for it. But the question actually is that, okay, if we launch it, do people sign up?
Yep.
And yes, a lot of people signed up. A lot of brands signed up.
I think it's great to see, but I'm curious, what value do you think there is in having a waitlist when you're launching a new product as a younger company? Like, what's kind of the strategy behind it?
So what we really want to do with this product is really listen to the customer. A lot of brands, people say it like customers number one. We have also said it with previous companies and it wasn't really true. Like, it was true, but not really. But now we really want to put the customer first. And we think by letting them in the wait list, so building up just a lot of brands excited about this product, we can interact with them and really figure out, like, why did you join? What do you expect from this tool? So really like a two-way street, because we as a company, we always have ideas. We can build a product and push it on the market, but that's like a one-way street. We push something on them, but we also want the customers, the potential customers right now, to push info to us. So there's like this two-way street. It's a bit of the build in public theme or trend, I think.
I think the principle of building in public, right? I think we're always firm believers in executing, and in this case, obviously executing, but also building in public, building something really for the customer. And I think a lot of startups are always really secretive about what they do, stealth and all that stuff. But yeah, like if you really build something for your customers, it's almost a given that you need to build in public. So then you're actually building for the customers, not just a couple people you talk to.
Yeah, and just launching a reason we believe a lot of people don't do it, or why we didn't do it previously. Maybe because there's not enough confidence in what you're doing. So you're trying to build the perfect product and then put it out there. But when the product is perfect, you're like way too late. So we just want to get feedback as soon as possible from people, not launch this what we think perfect product, but really from the start get feedback so we can eventually build a product that they really like. That's the goal.
Yeah, well said. I think it makes a lot of sense, right? And especially in today's day and age, I think transparency might sound like a little bit of a buzzword, but I think you see a lot of companies and a lot of founders like yourselves starting to be more active and open about their journey. Maybe you can give a little insight into how you revealed the waitlist to the world, because I think that's also something maybe other aspiring entrepreneurs might want to steal a trick from your playbook.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
So in sync.
We were so in sync. We're probably brothers, right? The waitlist in general, Sam, myself, and Duke, we have a fairly good reach on LinkedIn. So we essentially, boost off our LinkedIns one by one. So first I go out with the post. then the whole company likes it. We try to get as much interaction as possible, so the algorithm can see that this is a super important post. And obviously, people within the company is important, but also externally to really give it a nice boost. So I think on my post alone, almost 20K impressions right now, which is pretty good.
Thank you, LinkedIn,
Yeah.
for the organic
LinkedIn.
reach.
Yeah. Shout out.
And then we did Sam and Dukas. So I think overall we're way above 50K impressions for a waitlist launch, which is
Just organically, and now we're starting with paid and all these efforts, and maybe a step back, which is also really important. It's a waitlist, so what I already said, it's air. So there needs to be a super compelling reason for people to join, and the reason to join cannot be the product because there is no product yet. So putting a lot of effort into the copy of the landing page where people can sign up, the design of the landing page, a video we created on the landing page to get people excited to explain what we're doing. I think those are really like the essential components, like before the launch, getting everything in place and as high quality as possible from design, content, video, everything, and then a good basically launch plan to show the world what we have done. You can build a really great website and all of that, but if you then don't publish it or share it, people will not know it. But also the other way around, if you don't put a lot of effort into basically where people end up, where they need to sign up for the waitlist, where you need to get them excited, but do put a lot of effort into launching it, there will also not be, I think, the success that you want. So really putting effort into those two things. How to get people to see it, and then really think about, okay, if they go to this page, how do we get them excited, or some sort of way create value for them that they want to sign up. So those are really the two ingredients that we try to focus on.
Love it. Maybe a little question to bounce off that. Obviously, like, we're trying to reach out to a lot of like eCom brands. Maybe eCom brands could also learn something a little bit from like this type of launch strategy. I know launching a product like as an eCom brand maybe is a little bit different than launching a software for eCom products, but maybe there's a little synergy there.
Well, I think what we see in general, right, there's obviously different types of e-com brands. You have e-com brands that solely rely on launches. I think there's a funny example I sometimes follow is like Peachy Babies, which is like a company that sells slime. But everything they do is like so high end and it looks so beautiful. And every month they do like a big drop and just it sells out instantly.
Kind of just like an ongoing hype machine.
It's an ongoing hype machine because everyone is always very curious for what flavors they will release. So, and every month it's totally new, something different, and it hypes people up. But yeah, how they do it is also really, really great. Just like Sam already said, the effort that went into it, you can just feel the quality. Like there's a big difference just doing it for the 100% or doing it half. And if you do the 100%, you also make sure people actually want it versus just doing it on the get-go.
Even if you don't want slime, if you see their stuff, you're still excited about buying it. That's when you accomplish the goal.
Yes, I am not gonna buy it personally, but I have thought about it. But they influenced me so bad that it was so great and fun to look at that I almost bought it, right? So imagine how important it is. And it's also what we see with our merchants overall. So a lot of people think, yes, I'm just gonna start a brand, make some money here and there. But everything you do in life, whether it's building a company, being at a company yourself, building a career, it just means that you need to put a lot of time and effort into yourself or into the product to build something really great. And if you do that, that will automatically then come with success, however you define success.
That's maybe a principle, like whether you launch something in e-commerce, a product, or you launch a software product. Of course, it's different, but in the end, we're all trying to do the same thing, is get people to notice us, the product that you're launching, and also then get them excited to join a waitlist, create an account, or buy your product. And indeed, it's the effort you put in. And then what I already said, like the same principles apply. You really need to show to people why they should join. And people in general only care about themselves. So you need to speak also to them how your product, e-commerce product or software product is going to add value to their lives. And I think if you really do that properly, it's the same thing probably with the slime. I've never seen it, but the value that they probably give is that it entertains you. And they really hone into the fact that if you buy that slime, you'll have a great time, you can do funny stuff. And it's the same thing whether you launch a new t-shirt with your clothing brand, or vitamins for your supplement brand, or page builder like we just did. Like, how is this gonna add value to their lives and communicate that in the best way?
True.
The amount of effort you put into it reflects also the output. That's how I see it. So yeah, if you put 80% effort, you get 80% output. So that's just how it is. So put some effort into it. All e-com brands.
Gotta put your back into it, I guess, if you want to get the results. I guess, like, I was also trying to think when you were both speaking, like, are there any brands I've been inspired by? But just like you said about the slime, I can think of 2 or 3 products which I've seen their drops. I'm not a customer. One, for example, is dough, which is a cookie dough company in the US.
Yes.
They don't ship to Europe, but you better believe, like, every time they have a product drop, I'm like, oh, they have a new donut. Like, what type of donut is it? There's like pink frosting, and there's no way of me getting this product here, but I've never wanted it like more. And I'm all the time to my sister, like, please try this. Let me know if the hype is real. And I think when you have that kind of magic, just from even people who, like, you're probably not a slime consumer, but you're already like engaged by it. That's, I think, when you know you've kind of hit something special.
Yeah, and also the effort. Like, you can put a lot of effort in different things.
Yeah.
But I think the most important effort you can put in, whether it's dough or slime or whatever, is like not look at it from your own perspective. Like, we are building this, we have great cookie dough, we have great slime, but really look at it from your customer's perspective. Why would they care? What do they want to do with the dough, with the slime, with the product? And really figure that out, put a lot of effort into understanding them, and then, like, really think about how you want to communicate that, how you best want to reach them, instead of just thinking about yourself and that we have the best product and others should just believe it. Flip it around, and really think about, okay, what do these people want? What will excite them? And then start with your marketing efforts or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think that's really important to, like, keep that customer mindset, like, front and center. Maybe another question, if I can think about it. I know there's a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs out there who are looking at maybe podcasts like ours or videos out there on how to start your e-com brand. Do you have any advice on maybe overcoming some of the misconceptions or popular maybe myths out there on the right way to start an e-com brand versus perhaps your experience?
Yeah, I think YouTube is full of drop shipping courses, and I think a lot of people from the outside think, yeah, it's like get rich quick scheme, right? But getting rich quick, it doesn't exist. Like, everything you do takes time, right?
Yeah.
If you want to run a marathon, you cannot train for a day. It takes you a long time to train and be ready for it. And it's the same with business. Whatever you start, it takes time and effort to build something great, right? And also with the e-com brand, right? We talked about the effort, the quality, but it takes time. It can take a year till it gets off. It can take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But I think the persistence is also important. And if you start an e-com brand, do you really want to start it? Are you passionate about it? And yeah, if you're passionate, then you're also more persistent, I think. But yeah, get rich quick doesn't exist. Also not for drop shipping or anything else related to e-com. It's just, even if you drop ship, you can make a lot of money. Like, I've seen crazy brands ourselves who have talked to that do millions and millions of revenue a month, but it takes them 5 years to get there.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And also, I think some people who you see who are suddenly having these like moments where they're making a lot of money, like maybe it's also not the first time that they've tried this. So if you also look backwards, like they may have learned from 3 or 4 failures before they finally hit that. So it's not ever really that 1 or 2 months, I think, that people like promise. Yeah. I think it's often from like a lifetime or a couple years of trial and error.
Yeah, if you don't fail, you don't learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you only succeed, you will, stay a little dumb. I think that's just it. Because every time you do something, it's like, oh shit, it worked, and you don't learn anything. And if we do, we have done product launches in the past. We put effort into it, maybe not enough because it failed. That's just how it goes. And we've also done launches when it did succeed. So it's just like learning from it, and then. Yeah, basically adjusting and doing something again and again until it works. And maybe you ask about misconceptions. I think the get rich quick is a big one. You can get rich, but not quick. And the other one is that the foundation is the business, and the foundation is a great product, a great site, some content here and there, and that people think that if they have that in place, that it will take off. But that's only the foundation. But when you have the foundation, then you need to build upon it. So the stuff that comes after is even more important. Just getting in front of just people with your product, thinking about content, thinking about distributing whatever you create, whether it's a podcast or ads or anything, or SEO or like all those sort of things, like the site and the products, they should be really, really solid, but it's the foundation. And then you need to build upon it. Like if you launch something and you have a great site, nothing will happen. You have a couple of friends that will sign up for the waitlist or will buy your product, but that's not a business. Then you really need to build upon it. And I think what we have seen also with the agency, that sometimes brands forget that. Like that is just part one, and then part two starts, and they're equally as hard.
Building a great product and building a exceptional site is already difficult and can take a super long time. And then you think, I'm here. But then the work starts, right? You need to build a skyscraper, and you just build a foundation. So
true. I guess like a lot of both of what you're saying is like you have to obviously have this like core that you're taking people back to, but how to build that hype machine, you have to have the distribution, you have to have the channels to actually get people to visit that jewel of a site you've invested all this time and efforts in. Yeah.
Same with this podcast. Like we are creating the podcast. It's the foundation. Then it is really about how do we get people interested in watching this podcast, and equally or maybe more effort goes into that than creating the actual podcast.
True. Well, we covered a lot today. Would love to end it how we always do. Do you have any last little whispers of advice for our e-commerce entrepreneurs out there?
Well, then I take yours. Don't believe in the get rich quick. You can get rich, but not quick.
Yeah. Okay. So he stole yours. Do you have a new one? I'll give you a couple seconds if you need.
The amount of effort you put into it reflects the outcome.
I love it. Well, thanks for joining us again, and tune in again soon for another episode.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.